Hi. Hi guys. Welcome back to my life. How's everyone doing? Hi, I'm a fan. Hi, I'm Ariel. Nice to meet you. Aigu. Anyways, hi guys. How's everyone doing? Hi, how are you doing? I'm okay. I've been better, but I've been worse, so we're kind of just we're vibing. I don't know how to put it. We're just vibing. I feel like it just so much has happened the past couple days, and just my life, just everything has happened in my life. I'm just vibing. Also, I'm so sorry, you guys. I totally forgot. Last week, I forgot to go live. It's not that like I didn't want to. I just genuinely did not realize it was a Saturday. And by the time I realized it was a Saturday, I was already out and about because if you guys didn't know, last week was gum promotions for Yeonjun. So they were doing this event where you could go to a cafe and get like free stickers. So my friend and I went and we got our free stickers. And then by the time we were out and about, I was like, oh, it's Saturday. And I was like, oh. So sorry about that. But yeah, last week was gum week. So I actually got to go to one of the gum pre-recordings, which was so much fun. Oh, it was crazy. I had so much fun. I literally got to see the first performance of gum. I got to go to the first pre-recording, so much fun. So yes. But now I'm back and I am getting ready to go abroad on Tuesday. I'm going to Indonesia to see TXT, so guys, life's looking up. But I'll be honest, I'm still a little bit weary about like the whole Indonesia thing because stuff could still go wrong. I'm just kind of pretending it's not gonna go wrong. I'm pretending everything's fine. When like, could everything go wrong? Yes, it could. How was seeing Yeonjun promote gum? It was so crazy because obviously like we were the first people to ever see it. And he was really nervous. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Yeonjun that nervous before. Like, as you guys know, I've seen TXT a gazillion times, so, like, I can be honest when I say this. Like, I've seen them at other promotions as well, and I've seen them, like, at other music shows. I've never seen Yeonjun this nervous. Obviously because it was, like, his first stage, it was, like, his first solo, and there's, like, a lot of pressure and stuff. But it was so cool. He is just so cool and so hardworking, and it made me definitely just admire him and like obviously like want to support him more because he put so much heart and soul into his performance and he was just so I guess I could just say like he was really apprehensive about it all, but he put his like 150 million gazillion% into the performance, and we actually got to see it. I think we saw it 4 times, so each and every time you could see him just kind of like loosening up more and like getting more comfortable with like being alone on the stage and like, you know, hearing our cheers and like feeling like the reaction. But like in between the little breaks, he would literally just be giggling and be like, guys, I'm so nervous, I can't do this. And it was really cute, and he interacted a lot with us, and it was so much fun, and I had such a great time, and I love him so much, and he's like the best thing ever, and like I love gum. That's all I have to say. He also was just so tired. I felt so bad. Every time he would get off the stage, he would like collapse, and I'd be like, also Kai went to support him, and like Kai was just standing there. We were just sitting there. We were all just like supporting Yeonjun and screaming and crying, and I'm just like glad to get to see Kai. And Kai came over and like waved at all the fans, and he was like, hi guys, and I was like, and then him and Yeonjun hugged at the end, and I was like, no. Anyways. Omji, hi beautiful, I've never watched your YouTube lives, you're the first one. Hi. Thank you for being here. That's so cute, bro. It was great. It was crazy. Anyway, it was so much fun. I could go on like a whole tangent about it, but I'll save you guys the tangent of how much. Oh, guys, Kai was beautiful. He was wearing this maroon hoodie. It's so funny because I made friends with like the moas around me. They were all K-moas, and they were like, oh my god, like you speak Korean? I was like, well, yes, I do speak Korean. And they're like, okay, blah 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 blah. And I was like, guys, oh my god, Kai is right there. They're like, where? And like none of them could see him because like it was really dark in there. Well, not really. It was dark where they were, not dark where we were. And I was like, he's right there in like the maroon hoodie. And they were like, where? And I was just like staring at him. I was like, anyways, as I should. Do I love Baby Monster? I do not know much about Baby Monster. I think they have good music. But I don't really know anything about them, to be honest. You went to see Dream yesterday? Guys, I read this tweet yesterday. I know, this morning. Oh my god. I don't think I can say it out loud, but it was so funny. It was about Mark. It was so funny. It was so funny. I want to see Dream really bad, but I don't think I'll be able to see them because November is going to be really hectic for me. Like, in November, it's gonna be so hectic because I think Dream are having their encore in November, if I'm not mistaken, in Korea. Or that's what they were planned to do. I don't know, but anyways, I probably won't be able to see them, but I saw the funniest tweet about Mark, and it was just, guys, it was so funny. Also, guys, what the heck? Let's freaking talk about it. Let's just rip off the band-aid. Jaehyun? Like, you're kidding. You're absolutely kidding. Like, no! He can't leave. And, like, I understand that, like, he really wanted to get into the military band, so, like, you have to go earlier, and, like, I get it. He got in, and, like, it's such a privilege that he got in, and, like, he probably worked so hard, and, like, I get it, okay? I get it. I get it. But still. Oh, anyways. Do I like Stray Kids? Like, do you like Stray Kids? What do you think of Cat's Eye? So one of my friends is, like, very, very into Cat's Eye, like, from Dream Academy. He was, like, really, really into them. And, like, me and Katya met with him, was it, like, 2 weeks ago or something? And we, like, had dinner, and, like, we were just, like, chatting and stuff. And, like, he was telling us all about them, and, like, he got into their fan sign, and, like, he was, like, explaining about, and I was, like, okay. So, like, I started to research them more. And they're so talented. I really love their energy. I've watched a couple of their, like, interviews and stuff. I really like their energy. I really like their music. I don't think I'll obviously, like, stan, but, like, honestly, they're killing it. I followed them on TikTok. Like, they slay. And it's really nice to see, like, my friends, like, how he's gotten to, like, interact with them, and, like, I don't know. I love the energy. I love it. I think they're really cool. They're what I aspire to be, honestly. Like, every time I see them, I do sigh a little bit on the inside because I'm like, damn, I'm not cool, but it's okay. Like, that's just, I need to work on that, you know? Yeah, like, I'm happy that, obviously, like, he's going in, like, the way that he wanted to go to the military, and, like, obviously, like, I'm also glad that he did drop the album, but, like, damn, he dropped Album of the Year and is gonna leave us. But also, he is doing his FanCon, which I would try to get tickets, but I have a feeling it's going to be a war. So I'll probably just watch clips and, like, cry. I would love to see, like, a lot of his songs, live. I really, really, really love his album. Like, his mini album was just so good. I'm obsessed with, Roses. I love that song. I also just love Smoke, and I love the entire album, but... Where was our Dojaejeon comeback? All I was gonna say is, where was our Dojaejeon comeback? Because, like, we deserve to come back. Like, you can't just drop Perfume, drop Chaeyeon's album, and then just, like, dip. Like, I'm sorry, like, where was the Dojaejeon comeback? He pulled it back. I know, but it's fine. Like, I'm doing fine. Like, I'm doing fine. I'm not really doing fine, but I'm doing fine. I think I had my mental breakdown, like, 7 million times about it already, but, like, oh, guys, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. I get it. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. But, like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I don't get it. But it's okay. I'll never get it. Because, gone too soon. Let me tell you. He served. He really did serve in my heart. But that is how the government works here. So, yeah. Very depressing, though. Not gonna lie. How do you go live on YouTube? You go to create, and then you hit go live, and then you go live. I don't know. You just, it's like you go to upload a video, and then you just go live. I'm on live on my phone. I used to go live on my computer all the time, but it's not as good quality, obviously, because it's a computer, so I just go live on my phone. It's like going live on Instagram or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if you have to have a certain amount of followers to do it. I have no idea, actually. I just go live every weekend because I don't have a life and you guys are my only friends, so. Also, like, I love yapping. Yapping is, like, my favorite activity. Like, if I could be I wish I could get a degree in yapping. Like, I feel like, okay, I feel like that would be like a public speaking degree, but like that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I just want to yap about what I want to yap about. I don't want to yap about something that they tell me. Like, you can't tell me like, okay, here's a topic, like yap. Like, of course I could do it, but I just genuinely love yapping. So this is just like my favorite thing in the entire world. And I know you guys love to hear me yap, so yes. Also, somebody was asking about the SM boy band. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, I know what you're talking about in the sense that like I know that it's happening, but I don't have the energy to even think about anything else. So I'll say no comment. I don't have anything negative and or positive to say. Like, I don't have anything to say. Like, I guess I don't really care either way. Like, I don't know. As of right now, no opinions whatsoever. But yeah. I am, like I said, going to Indonesia on Tuesday. So that's pretty exciting. I can't wait. I started packing already, of course, because I'm a stress packer. Also, ticketing for TXT's on Monday, which is very stressful. I don't even want to think about it. I did win a lot of you guys had been asking me if I won the raffle. I did win the raffle, but I won VIP for Friday, and they kind of gave me a really crappy seat. And now, guys, I don't like to complain. You guys know I am not a complainer. Well, I mean, I'm a complainer, but I don't like to complain on the internet, especially for things like I won the raffle. I have to be really grateful, and I am very grateful that I won the raffle. However, it's just kind of frustrating that, like, I won the raffle, and I got a worse seat than I did when I did ticketing for myself. So I think I probably will try and get a better seat for myself through ticketing, just because I enjoy ticketing, and I also enjoy cancel ticketing, which is something very common here in Korea. So yeah, Big Hit did give me a bad seat for the raffle, but that's okay. I'll have to do better. I saw a lot of people complaining on Twitter, and like they were getting a lot of hate for it, which I kind of understand, but also sometimes, I don't know, some of the people that were complaining, I was kind of like, I don't know, because I understood the complaints. However, I also didn't understand the complaints, if that makes sense. But for me, like, they gave me row 17 of VIP, but like in the middle of like nothing. So it's like there's all of like the catwalks, and they put me in a section where like there's no catwalk, so I'm like all the way in the back, and then there's just no catwalk. So I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna have to do better, because like I said, when I did ticketing by myself, I got not only myself but my friend better seats than this. So yeah, I don't know, we'll have to see. But for the ticketing on Monday, I don't think I'm actually gonna like worry too much about it, because for Saturday and Sunday, my friends asked if we could all get one section of the pit and just like stand in the back and like have fun together, and I said yes. And then Sunday, Katya was like, oh, let's do the pit again together. So I was like, okay. So I really only have to worry about Friday, which is kind of annoying, because like if they had just given me like a nice seat, I would have been like, okay, whatever, it's fine. But they didn't, so Big Hit. But yeah, it's okay, I'll figure it out. Again, not complaining. Very happy I won the raffle. Very fortunate. However, I don't know. I think what they did this time, though, is they let too many people win the raffle, so I think ticketing is going to be really hard, so... I mean, not hard for me. Like, you guys know, I'll spend, like, 10 hours on that website, just, like, clicking the buttons. But, yeah. I'm curious to see how it'll go, I guess I'll say. I did ticketing, actually. One of my friends was like, hey, can you please help me? I won't be home, but there's twice ticketing yesterday. And I was like, sure, I'll do it. So I was helping my friend ticket for twice. And oh my god, you guys, easiest ticketing I've ever done. Like, genuinely stress-free, so easy. I got in, got out, got her third row on the side because she wanted like a first floor ticket. If she couldn't get within like the first couple rows, I was like, sure, I'll get you a first floor ticket. So easy, like, done. Clicked off the website. It was also like there's only 1,000 people in front of me, and I was like, 1,000 people? I was shocked. Literally, I texted her at like 8:05, 8:07, and I was like, hey, I got your ticket. She's like, I was like, yeah, like, it was really easy. So stress-free. Wow. Wish that could be me every time I do ticketing, but it's not. So, yeah. I had my little practice ticketing sesh on yesterday. Well, yesterday. And then, like I said, ticketing for TXT's on Monday. And then I also, you guys might be asking me, they did drop that they're doing the Japan Encore, and I have decided that I'm going to try, because I looked at the flights and the hotels and it's not that bad. So it's in Osaka, and I do have some like friends in Osaka as well. None of my friends want to go with me, like Katya won't go and my other friend won't go. So very tomatoes, but yes, I'm going to go to Osaka, I think, at the end of November. Girl group ticketing, I don't know. I think it'd be like a case-by-case thing. I feel like in general, sometimes fan meetings are easier than ticketing, but sometimes fan meetings are harder. I really don't know. Like, I know for TXT's fan meeting, like, it was brutal, and I know for, like, some other groups, like, fan meeting ticketing is brutal, but then for other people, like, some people are like, oh, I don't really care about fan meetings. Obviously, since I've never been to a Twice concert, I can't really compare it to anything, but it was very easy, like, very easy. Is ticketing as a foreigner hard? So there are two separate websites. There's the global website and the Korean website. Because I do have like a phone number, I'm a registered foreigner, and like I have my what is that called? Alien registration card. Like I have my ID for Korea, like my visa. I'm treated as a Korean. So the Korean site for me is really easy and very simple. I would say the global and the Korean site are quite comparable. However, there's a lot of cases in which like the global site will shut down and break down and the Korean site will go faster. I have used both in the past, and I don't mind the global sites. I just personally prefer the Korean sites, obviously because you're treated as a Korean, so it's just a lot easier, to be honest. And I feel like everything's just faster. But is ticketing hard as a foreigner? No. I would say it's pretty comparable, except for the fact that there are some cases in which like the global site will fail and the Korean site won't. But there has been cases which the Korean site fails and the global site doesn't, so it's a little bit of like a toss-up, but yeah, the sites are pretty similar. There's obviously just one's in English and one's in Korean, and like one you use like a Korean bank account, one you use like a foreign card. Like I said, for like banking, information and stuff, I just personally think the Korean site's way easier, but I do use both, like I said, especially like when TXT does their ticketing, because you can only hold one ticket per day per account. I'm going to be using both my accounts, my global and my Korean account, so I can like go back and forth and see like if I get a better ticket on one, like I'll grab the ticket on the other one and then cancel on the other one. Like I'll be doing crazy stuff on my account, so yeah, that's what I'll say. It's a bit of a toss-up, but personally, I prefer the Korean accounts. I mean, like the Korean sites, but that's just me personally. I just think they're easier to use, but like yesterday for my friend, I was ticketing on the Korean site, so it was very easy. But also, like I said, I do love ticketing. Like, I really do love ticketing, you guys. Like, it may sound insane, but I will sit there for hours on this click. Like, even after I got her the ticket, I went back in just to see the tickets, and I was just, like, clicking on the floor, like, refreshing it, and, like, literally at one point, like, 40 floor seats popped up. Obviously, I had already gotten her ticket, and they still weren't in the front. They were in the back of the floor, so it wasn't what she wanted, so it was fine, but I was just, like, oh, my jaw was literally on the ground. I was like, oh, my God. Yeah, I had a great time. I was having a great time. I love ticketing. Like, that's the thing. I love ticketing, though. There's something so fun about sitting in the PC Bang and just pressing the button, so yeah. We are going to the PC Bang on Monday because Katya still's not gotten any tickets. She lost the raffle, so she needs to get, like, a good seat for Friday, and then, like I said, Saturday and Sunday we're not worrying as much about. So, yes, we are going to the PC Bang, and I'm excited. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of crazy because I have this weekend, obviously, to chill and rest and stuff, and then Monday I have class, and then ticketing, and then Tuesday I'm leaving. I have a 7-hour flight. Wednesday is the concert. I come back Thursday, but it's like a red eye, so I get back Friday morning, and then yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But I do thankfully have Tuesday and Thursday off of school because of holidays in Korea, and Wednesday I don't have class, so I'm not missing any school to go to this. I thought I was originally gonna have to miss class to go, but because it actually ended up falling on holidays, it worked out perfectly. So I actually don't have any class this week except for Monday, and then when I come back I'll have to, you know, get back to my real life and like work on group projects, and then like I think like not the week after, but the week after is like all my midterms and stuff, so yay. Super exciting. But yeah, I'm so excited. It's gonna be fun. There was, though, a lot of complications. As you guys probably know if you follow me on Instagram, I had so many freaking complications about this gosh darn trip because I'm actually in the middle of extending my visa because, as you guys know, probably if you don't, I wasn't allowed to graduate university, which was so much fun. So because of that, I couldn't get a work visa, and because of that I had to extend my student visa, and because I'm in the process of extending my student visa, I'm actually not allowed to leave the country, and nobody decided to tell me this. Like, literally nobody told me. So I had to go to immigration. I think it was on Wednesday. I went on last Wednesday, and I was there for 7 hours, you guys. I waited 7 hours at immigration. When I finally got to the lady to talk to her, I was like, I literally need to go abroad next week, but I'm in the middle of extending my visa. What the hell do I do? And she's like, oh, you should have extended it earlier. And I was like, well, no shit, lady. Like, I would have if I had known. Like, literally, like, no, really? And then she was like, okay, like, you need to get this form. You need to do this, do this, do this. And then, like, tell me exactly what dates you're going to be leaving. And then she took my ID card, and I was like, so... It was crazy. It was wild. Where do I go to school? I live in South Korea. I live in Seoul. I go to university here in Seoul. I mean Seoul. But yeah, it was freaking crazy, you guys, and it was just like so stressful, and like I don't recommend it. But yeah, hopefully everything goes well with Indonesia. Like I said, there could be a possibility that I do not get on that flight on Tuesday, but we're gonna try our best, and hopefully they let me back into the country on Friday. But we'll see. Like I said, I got all the documents that the lady told me to get, and I'm gonna go early on Tuesday and, like, go to the airport and be like, am I doing everything right? Because, like, I don't want to not be allowed back into the country. But overall, hopefully I should be fine, and if not, I'll just literally cry myself to sleep, because there's no way. I have to go. But the 7 hours at the immigration was, humbling, to say the least. I was like, yay. But yeah, I am going, so very exciting. And like I said, ticketing is Monday. I'm studying abroad in Korea next school year, and I'm so excited. Have so much fun, bestie. But also, these days I'm so angry right now about, not like, I'm frustrated at Korea right now, so I will say good luck to you, because right now, me and Korea are just not having a good time. I've just been done so dirty. I feel like you guys know this, but, like, I've been done so dirty in my time at school, and, like, I haven't really gotten to talk about it, because obviously, like, I'm not gonna spill details while I'm in school. I feel like, I don't know, legality-wise, I feel like that wouldn't be, like, the best idea, but this past semester, like, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be actually kidding me. There's just been some things that I've just been flabbergasted. Like, I mean, like, I've just been like, you're joking. Like, you're actually joking. And it's just been so not fun, so. Yeah. I'm, like, still in the trenches over here, besties. Like, I'm suffering over here. Like, truthfully, like, I was thinking that, like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking this. And then this happened, and I'm like, oh. Great. So, yeah. Literally, one of my professors asked me why I looked so miserable the other day, and I was like, dude, like, life, man. And he's like, oh. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, you gotta work on that. And I was like, thanks, bro. I will. That was really poetic. It was profound. But the thing is, exchange students is a lot easier than being a full-time student, and especially, like, if you go to a more woke university. Like, if you go to a university that's, like, more global, you'll be fine. Just don't come to my university, that's all I'll say. Are the teachers better? No. Well, I have one professor that I had last semester, and he's great. Like, the reason why I took this class, is because, obviously, like, I really liked his class last semester, so he's fine. The other three, there's one that, like, hasn't done anything wrong to me. The only thing he's done is ask me the stupid question of, can you speak Korean on the first day of class? And I'm like, like, yes. So he asked me, am I fluent in Korean? I'm not fluent in Korean, but I speak damn good Korean because I take freaking full-time classes in Korean university. So yes, I do speak enough Korean to get by. Am I fluent? No. But, yeah. He asked me the question that I hate. So he's fine, but, like, he asked me the question that I hate. And then the other two just drive me insane. Like, literally drive me insane. I feel like okay, alright, I'm gonna talk about it. Guys, don't go spilling this somewhere. But basically, two of my professors this semester were like, okay, the foreigners are not allowed to work with the Korean students. And I'm like, what? Because we have group projects in every single class, and they're like, yeah, foreigners aren't allowed to work with Korean students because you guys can't communicate. And I'm like, we can't, what? Like, what? We can't, what? Yeah, his reasoning, both of their reasonings is that because we're foreign, and we are obviously not fluent in Korean, we can't communicate with the Korean students. Obviously, these are Korean classes. So you would think if you were taking a class in Korean, you'd be able to at least, like, speak a little bit of the language, which is not the case for a lot of students, which is fine. You do you, bestie. The thing is, I speak Korean, and, like, it's just pisses me off that they're like, oh, well, you're a foreigner, you're grouped with all the foreigners. So, whatever, I have to be in groups with the foreigners. Which, for one class, is completely fine because, not all of the kids speak Korean well, but there's 2 out of 4 that speak really well. And so we can communicate fine, and honestly, we can get everything done, and, like, they're hard workers, so, like, I'm fine. The other class, however, I had it on Thursday, and the professor was like, okay, everyone go meet with your group mates. And so I walk over to my group mates, and I'm like, in Korean, I'm like, oh, is this group D? And they're like, yeah, it's group D. And I was like, okay. And then they immediately started speaking in their own language, because they're all from the same country. I'm not going to say where. I'm just going to be very vague about this. And I was like, oh, can you guys speak Korean? And they were just like, kinda. And I was like, kinda. And so then I asked, okay, like, do you speak English? They were like, no. And I was like, well, okay, so you speak, like, this much Korean, no English. How is this letting us work together with people who speak the same language as us? Like, because the whole reason why the professor said that we had to work together as foreigners is because we don't speak Korean, so it'd be more comfortable if we have a common language. And I'm like, we do not have a common language. I don't speak their language. They don't speak my language. And they don't speak Korean. So I'm, like, sitting there like, that's crazy. So I was like, okay, like, we need to figure out who's going to be the team leader. They're all, like, pointing at me. And I'm like... And I was just like, no, hold on. I was like, guys, I do not want to be disrespectful at any place at all. But, like, just in order for this not to be, like, really uncomfortable and, like, obviously, like, burdening to me, like... do you feel confident in Korean? And they were all just like, no. And I was like, okay, that is totally fine. I'm going to go talk to the professor because it's not fair to me to be in a group where all of y'all speak the same language and then I don't. And, like, the whole reasoning behind having to put us in these groups is because we speak the same language. You know what I mean? So I walk up to the professor and I'm like, Professor, they don't speak Korean. And, like, I don't speak their language. Like, is there any way that you can change groups? Because, like you said, the whole reason behind this is because we have a common language. And he's like, oh, like, you're comfortable in Korean? And I was like, well, yes, like, this is a Korean class. Like, of course I'm comfortable in Korean. And he's like, oh, so you don't speak their language? And I'm like, no. He's like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm American. And he's like, oh. And he kind of looks at me like, because I was like, dude, I do not speak their language. And he's like, oh, well, I'll think about it. And I was like, you'll think about what, King? Like, you'll think about what? You had this whole discussion with us on how we are not allowed to work with the Korean kids because we don't speak Korean. Sir, I speak Korean. I do not speak the other language. They do not speak my language. Like, why? Move me. Like, it's not that hard. And he was just like, I'll think about it. I was like, well, just, like, fuck my life, I guess. I was like, well, so yeah. We'll see how that goes, because if I have to work with the original group, again, it will not be the end of the world, but the communication is going to be so difficult, I'm going to actually probably lose my mind. And as you guys know, this is my last semester. I do not want to have a complicated semester with, like, where I'm doing all the work, and, like, I just don't want that, you guys. I don't. I want a little bit of equity. I want everyone to, like, you know, do their part. And I just think it'd be so much easier as if we had some kind of language that we could actually comfortably talk in about the project. And not have to do it all through translations. The issue is here that there are a lot of foreigners in this class because it's basically 25 foreigners and 25 Korean students. I am the only foreigner who is not a different ethnicity. They're all one ethnicity and then there's me. So when he said, like, I'm going to put you guys, you can speak your common language, it works in their benefit because they're literally all from the same country. And then there's little me, outsider, American, who is clearly not their ethnicity, but my professor just didn't care. And I was like, he also probably thought I didn't speak any Korean, so you know what, that's fine. But joke's on him. I do. So, yeah. I also I don't know what went through his head thinking that I spoke the other language, but not Korean. It would have been a very, like, interesting story. I will admit, like, if I had gone up there and been like, actually, no, I speak their language, but not Korean. Like, that would have been, like, a gotcha, but I don't, so, yes. Fun. Super fun. Like I said, I don't know why the professors are doing it like this semester is actually pissing me off. Like, the fact that, like, all foreigners are free riders, we're not going to do any of the work, blah, 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 blah. It's just kind of drives me insane. Literally kind of drives me insane. And, again, the fact that we can only be in a group together because we have a common language. sir, you just disproved your own argument. I can't communicate with them. So, yeah. A little bit frustrating. Are people still shocked when you speak to Korean? Oh, yes. Every day of my life. That's why, honestly, these days, like, if somebody speaks to me in English, I just give up. Like, there's only so much I can take these days, and I'm just like, if somebody speaks to me in English, you know what? They're practicing their skills, they're having a good day, I'm gonna speak to them in English. If they speak to me in Korean, I'll respond in Korean. But it's like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to, like, I don't know how to put it. If somebody is struggling to talk to me in English, I'll speak to them in Korean. But if somebody comes to me in English and says something, like, I just respond in English. Like, it's just how it goes these days, guys. I try not to get sensitive over it anymore. I used to get so sensitive. I'm like, why do they only talk to me in English? Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, well, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I know why they speak to me in English. Like, I get it. But, yeah. Frustrating. The professor is that pisses me off, though. That really bugs me. But whatever. Ultra swaps, but yes. Anyways. Enough talk about school, because I know you guys are sick and tired of hearing me complain about school. I could do it, but I'm not going to complain about it anymore. What else is new in my life? Oh my god, you guys. I downsized my collections so much. It was honestly very therapeutic. Like, I can't lie. It was extremely therapeutic to downsize. It was a little bit sad, I would say. Like, I felt a little bit of, like, I guess it wasn't really that sad, but it was like a little bit of like, okay, damn, I'm growing up, but I downsized so much, and it was just like a very refreshing, like, sigh of relief, I guess. But yeah, I'm currently making my way towards sending all my PCs to my friend to sell for me, but I have so many freaking PCs. I kind of feel bad. So sounds like they're your favorite. I mean, you said that, Bessie, not me. What class are you keeping? What did you downsize? Okay, so I decided to, this is gonna probably shock. Am I gonna stay in Korea after the semester? Yes, I'm gonna be working in Korea after the semester once I graduate. Y'all might be shocked, but I'm actually only keeping TXT. I decided to downsize all of my NCT collections, everything. I have kept all of my Jaemin non-album cards just because I spent a lot of money and a lot of time collecting him. So for right now, I think I'm gonna keep them just because they're really pretty and, like, I like them. I also think they won't sell very well abroad, so I was just like, I'll just keep them. And I also kept a lot of my Jeno non-album collection, but everything else for NCT is gone. I've obviously kept certain cards that, like, have, like, emotional attachment to. Like, there's this one Jisung card that, like, you could rip it out of my dead body. Like, it's not coming. And then I also kept my Rise collection because I really do enjoy collecting Sungchan, and because they are obviously, like, a newer group, I don't know, I just really enjoy collecting Rise, so I am probably going to keep collecting them. I don't know if I'll be able to, like, buy all of the versions of their albums. I haven't done it for their last album either, but I really don't mind buying Sungchan's photo cards off of, like, Poca Market and stuff. And obviously I kind of just buy the ones that I like. Like, I don't really need everything. I have a template where, like, I've been trying to fill it out and, like, get all of his cards, but it's not, like, the biggest concern for me. Like, honestly, I have, like, this is my little Sungchan collection. I haven't put, like, a PC in here yet, but, like, I have, like, just, like, obviously chronological order, like, his cards and stuff. And, like, obviously there's some that I'm missing, and I made, like, little fillers and stuff. These ones are coming in the mail. I haven't gotten them yet, but I kind of just like, I don't know, I like having it. Obviously I love Rise and I love Sungchan, so yeah, it's been really fun, like, collecting him, and, like, I adore him dearly, so I kept his little collection. And then, like I said, I've dropped everything else except for TXT. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 9. I have 9 TXT binders. So I have expanded a shit ton on my TXT collection. Like, my Subin collection alone is, like, museum worthy. Not to toot my own horn, but it's museum worthy. And then I also started collecting a little bit of Taeyeon's non-album because I've just been, like, I don't even know what to say, guys. I just freaking love Taeyeon. And, like, obviously, like, I still collect all of the other members for, like, all their Japanese cards, all of their Korean cards. I finally am almost up to date with all of their Korean cards. I'm just missing 2 of the kit versions from Tomorrow, but I got all of, like, the stuff that I was missing from Freefall, all the stuff I was missing from Tomorrow, like, the other versions. So So almost everything is up to date right now. And my Subin collection is coming along pretty good. I'm just missing a lot of his expensive stuff right now. So obviously I've just kind of been pushing that off because right now the comeback is more important. And obviously like they just dropped Chikai. So I've been trying to catch up on Chikai. But yeah, everything is gone. Like literally everything is gone except for TXT and my itty bitty Sungchan collection. I obviously have other stuff that I kept, like just like random cards from random groups, and like for Boy Next Door, I continue to buy at least like one album per release, and like I just keep my pulls, because I adore Boy Next Door, and I actually did change my bias in Boy Next Door. For you guys who don't know, I did change my bias. Who do you guys think my bias is? Comment down below. But yeah, I've been keeping my pulls. Like we went to the CU lucky draw for them, and I bought their newest album, and I kept my pulls. So I can show you guys that too. I think it's this one. Yes. It's this one. This one is so full because it has all of my, like, these are all my random PCs. Who's my bias before? Eunhak. Eunhak's my bias before. These are just like all the PCs I just like have kept. I can show you guys if you want. So like these are like, I mean I still have like a little bit of a binder with like BTS, Treasure and Hypin, like all of the collections like of people I used to fully collect. I have that one binder that I just kind of have like random stuff. Like I have like some Stray Kids cards. Actually I have barely any Stray Kids cards. Like the only Stray Kids cards I kept was my Minsung IMU unit. I don't know who else I kept. Jaehyun? It's not Jaehyun. Although I do love Jaehyun. Like I love him so much. You're absolutely correct. I love Jaehyun. Actually, I have, like, no PCs on my buys. The thing is, I kind of sold some of my Boy Next Door cards before I, like, started, like, really getting into them. And then I really regret it because I sold one of my bias's cards. Because, obviously, Eunhak was my original bias. So, like, I have, like, all my Eunhak cards here. But Eunhak's not my bias anymore. Guys, my bias is Ihan. I love him. He's so adorable. And I adore him. So, yeah, these are, like, all my, like, Boy Next Door cards. Yeah. And then, like, I have, like, ZB1 cards. I have actually a lot of ZB1 cards. One of my friends, like, sold me some ZB1 cards back when I thought I was going to collect them, and then I didn't. I have, like, a few, like, Red Velvet. This is the only Red Velvet cards I kept. I have, like, a Twice card. I have my Kazuha cards that I've just gotten. I have, like, ATEEZ cards, just from, like, obviously, like, running their tour and stuff. And, like, a lot of people gifted me these cards, so I kept them. Then I have, like, just, like, miscellaneous boy groups in here. And then, like, yeah, 17, miscellaneous. And then, obviously, you guys know I interviewed one. This is, like, the card I pulled in the album. And then I worked a lot with DKZ this past couple years. I've worked with them, like, 4 times. And I was given, like, a full set of their cards plus some, like, their album pulls. I just kept them in here, so, yeah. Those are like the only photo cards I kept, basically. I'm not gonna collect Boy Next Door, like, photo cards and or albums. Like, I'll buy an album if I want to. I'll buy a photo card if I want to, but I'm not gonna, like, collect them like I will for Sungchan. Did I keep any Bowman? Yes. There's a few Bowman cards that, they're staying with me. I did hear the news about him leaving. I guess I can show you guys. Let's see. Is it this one? Okay, so this is like my miscellaneous. I think I have a miscellaneous NCT binder as well, if I'm not mistaken. There are some NCT cards I did keep. I just don't remember what I kept. But I have, like, my, like, little collages I made, and, like, these are, like, the Yoshi cards I kept. Actually, I kept a lot of Yoshi cards. He's beautiful. And, like, some Chungwon cards. Then, like, my Enhypen. I only kept a few Enhypen cards. Like, I barely kept anything. There's also a bunch of blank pages. Don't mind that. But I kept, like, these, because these were gifted to me. Then I have my Bowman collection. These are, like, the Bowman cards I kept because he's beautiful. And then I have, like, BTS. I kept, like, my favorite OT7 set. And then I kept, like, all of Jungkook's cards. And the Yoongi card I got from the album I was gifted. Stray Kids, I kept, like, all my fan club kits. And then I kept a few cards. And then the rest is just, like, yeah, the rest is just, like, bigger inclusions and stuff that, like, I didn't feel like would sell, so I just kept them. I don't really need them, but, yeah. I barely kept anything. I don't know what I kept for NCT. I think for NCT I just kept... Let's see. Yeah, I kept, like... There's, like, the photo book sets. Then I have just like literally the most random cards. Like this is an Amar card I'm emotionally attached to. I kept all their birthday cards. This Jisung card I'm emotionally attached to. Look at him. I love him so much. And like I felt like if I were to ever recollect NCT, like these are cards that would be harder to get, so I kept them. And then I have like more Jisung, Taeyong, Jan, and Kun. Because I literally didn't keep anything else. And then I have some wavy cards because my friend gifted me these. So I kept like some of my wavy cards. And then my friend got into a 10 fan sign, so she gifted me like some of 10's cards, so I kept those. And then she also, like I said, she gifted me a lot of wavy cards, so I just kept them because obviously I still love wavy and I still love NCT. Like, it's not that I don't love them, I'm just not collecting them anymore. And then I kept all my Dojejong cards because I fucking love Dojejong. And then I actually did downsize Baekhyun, but I kept a few Baekhyun cards, just like some like random ones, but I'm not collecting Baekhyun anymore. And yeah, the rest is just like random stuff, but that's it. That's all I got. Everything else is gone. Well, not gone. It's just sitting on the floor in a little box in my room, but yeah. So basically, like I said, it's all TXT. It's basically all TXT. But it's okay because I really need to put my focus into TXT because they just release so much merch all the time. They're constantly having events and stuff that I need to go to, and I just can't afford it. Like, you guys, I'm so broke. Like, truthfully, like, I'm in my broke era, and obviously as I'm transitioning into getting a full-time job, like, I won't be able to have the time and luxury to spend all of this money like I have been while I've been in university, so I need to just kind of sit down and focus on one group rather than, like, everybody, if that makes sense. And again, it's not because I don't like these groups or anything like that. I'm just genuinely focusing on TXT because you guys know I love them dearly. So yeah, it was a hard decision, but I think it was just kind of like, first of all, I need the money, so I'm selling the photo cards because I need the money. And then second of all, I just kind of decided like what I'm prioritizing and like what I'm focusing on. And I feel like you can kind of tell by like what I buy, like what photo cards I like look for. And I'm always constantly on Pokemarket looking for Subin cards and for TXT cards. Whereas like it had been like months since I looked for an NCT card, so I was like, you know what, if I really want to recollect them one day in the future, I could. And I thought about just keeping Jaemin, I really did, but I realized that like, I don't know, like his collection wasn't making me as happy anymore, and like just collecting NCT as a whole, like you guys know I haven't even bought Dreamscape yet, and like the fact that Dreamscape came out so many months ago, like I literally can tell you where I was in a freaking what was it, investments. I was in investments class when it came out, and I watched it in investments class during the break, and I still haven't bought the album. It's just like really, I feel like you can just tell that like I'm just not in it as much as I used to be in terms of like collecting and like wanting to collect. Like I love the album, like gosh darn, freaking flawless album. Do I stream? Oh, I stream. But in terms of like physically having stuff, like I just don't need it anymore. And I also, I think I told you guys, but I rearranged like my room, so like now like I have, this is my NTT shelf, this is like my Rise and like Boy Next Door, and then like light sticks, and then just like miscellaneous shelf, and then this is like my binder shelf. Because I decided to have less stuff, I downsized obviously like over 250, almost 300 albums. I don't know, I feel like I just didn't need everything anymore, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about NCT, about like the physical albums. Like I definitely will probably keep all my dream stuff, but for the other stuff, maybe I will downsize in the future. I don't know, I haven't decided. This shelf is literally a mess, but I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future, like in terms of collecting albums and like buying albums. I think I'll just kind of buy what I want to buy, which is way easier for me and less stress, whereas like obviously for TXT I'll buy everything. But yeah, like I said, even for Rise's like new album, like I haven't bought every version. I mean, not their new album, the Rising album. I know they just had the epilogue. I have not bought that. But yes. There you go. But yeah. I also expanded my TXT collection into 2 very large shelves, and they're already overflowing, so yeah. That's kind of the update, I guess. It's crazy. If you had told 2020 Ariel that I'd be collecting one group, like the girlie who literally collected 40 idols at one time, she would be gagged. She would be gagged. And you know what? That's okay. But yeah, it was just a personal, like I said, choice of like finances and I guess not growing up, but like kind of just like prioritizing. I think that's the best way to put it, is just prioritizing, because I just know I can't afford everything right now. And I know when I get a job, I'm going to be even broker and like less time to do anything. So like I said, I get what I get, but I'm not going to like really focus too hard on it anymore. I think it's also, this is going to sound really, really strange, but I think obviously since I stopped posting about my collection on the internet and I stopped like you know, making storing photo card videos, and I stopped making unboxings, and I stopped putting all that pressure on myself, it really changed my perspective of collecting, because I think there's a lot of times in which collectors kind of feel compelled to collect because of obviously an audience, and like they feel like, oh, I need to keep collecting because like people enjoy seeing me store their cards, or people enjoy, you know, watching me collect this person. And it's like, well, I get that. I don't know. I'm just so much happier like right now, like where I am with my collection, and like I obviously like I love collecting TXT. It just brings me so much joy, and like I'm completely just like so obsessed with everything then that is just like, I don't know. I don't really feel the need to collect other people, if that makes sense. Like I don't really feel like I have to. And I think because I don't share my collection as well, like I don't really feel compelled to care that I'm not doing what people want me to do, I guess, you know what I mean? Because obviously like I still get the comments every other day, like, why don't you collect this group anymore? Or, like, why don't you do this anymore? Or blah, 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 blah. Whereas I just don't care. You know what I mean? I think since I stopped sharing about my collection, I felt more free to do what I want to do with it, so. Yeah. Obviously, I still want to show you guys my collection. You guys have been begging me to do, like, a TXT collection tour, and, like, besties, I hear you. I hear you. It's just trying to figure out how to do it is what is difficult, so. Yes. But yeah, that's kind of, I guess, the update on that, is that I really have downsized so much, and it has been very, it's been interesting, let's just put it. It's like, it's been interesting. Like, I didn't know it was gonna be like this, I guess. Like, I didn't know this is what it was gonna be. Like, if you had told me, like I said, like a year ago that I would be downsizing this much, like, I don't know if I would have believed you. But that's kind of the update. I collect what I want to collect. It's pretty simple, but yeah, I kind of do what I want to do. I collect what I want to collect, and I'm having a great time. So, yep. Yeah. I feel like part of me wishes I could do like a collection video, just because I want to see the comparison of like when I first started like posting my collection, or like to now, like how different it is, and like how much it's changed and stuff like that. But it's also just so crazy. Like sometimes I watch my own videos and I see like how much I've just changed as a person, and like my perspective on things have changed. Obviously, like living in Korea, obviously like how like life has changed. But yeah, like I remember when I first moved here, I would buy everything, every single release. I'd be there on release day, like at Myeongdong, like literally just like super excited. And now like when something comes out, I'm just like, I'll listen to it, but I don't need it physically, if that makes sense. Pretty crazy. Obviously there are times where I'm like, I really want that album, but then I talk myself out of it. But yeah, pretty dang crazy. But yeah, that's the downsizing collection update. Like I said, I'm focusing on TXT and on Subin's collection, so it's quite fun. Obviously I enjoy it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Actually, I got a Pokemon Market package in the mail. I think it was like, what, 2 days ago? Whew, that was insane. Literally the serotonin boost of the century. Also, my Subin Chinese men's Uno magazine came in the mail. I ordered from a, like, there's a group order that's, like, a big fan site was doing on Twitter, a Korean fan site. So I ordered through them because, like, they were doing it so that they can get the sales on the Chinese charts or whatever, and it came in the mail. It was crazy. The first video I watched of yours was your Hall of 20, yeah. It's so crazy to, like, think of, like, that video, because sometimes I don't even feel like that person anymore. Like, obviously I know that's me, and, like, I know that's really what we did back in the day, but, yeah. I've grown up a lot for my 20th birthday. It was my 20th birthday. It was. Now here I am, 24 years old. Time really does fly by, guys. It's crazy. So, yeah. But it's alright, because as we grow, we change our interests, and yeah. Basically, I'm fine. Well, it's crazy, and it's crazy. But I guess that's the update for you guys. I stopped collecting, like I said, a lot, and I've been focusing on things which have made me really happy, and I need to the one thing I really need to do is make more collages. I love making collages, and all of my TXT binders are literally bare. The only one that has a collage is the Subin binder, because I made that a gazillion years ago when Temptation came out. But I really need to, like, now that I have so many, I need to make some collages. Like, it's killing me. So I think that's what I'm gonna work on eventually, is like go through all my old albums, I mean my dupe albums, and like make some collages, because I like literally saved like, what is it called, the Gravity and like the Lullaby versions like of Subin, so I could like make the collage, especially like the Gravity version. And like I have all of the Tomorrow albums, like I have a gazillion of Tomorrow albums, so I'm super excited. So I will make my collages eventually. I don't have the time for, I mean, like I have the time right now, I just don't have the mental capacity to do that. There's also a bug, like a little fly somewhere in my room. I don't know where it went, but yeah, I guess that's the update. Very shocking, I know. Some of you guys are gonna be like, oh. Shouldn't be shocking at all, but yeah, that's my life update for you guys. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm doing my laundry, I'm leaving on Tuesday. I think update, I'm just tired, like I just need to take a nap, you guys. Yesterday I took like a 4-hour nap, it was crazy, it felt very good. But yeah, I think that's it for me today. I have nothing else to yap about. I know the yapper has nothing to yap about. I mean, I always have things to yap about, but I don't want to sit here and complain. But yeah, it was lovely chatting with you all. I hope you guys have a lovely morning, evening, or afternoon. And hopefully I'll be back with another video soon, but don't count on it, because my life's kind of falling apart, and like mentally we're not doing great. So anyways, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.